Hi everyone, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN. And you can also find us on Twitter X.
I just like the way you said that. Just
shut up.
You can also find us on Instagram.
So this is about Meghan's snapper pal,
Oh.
Misan Harriman. He is just the gift that keeps on giving the whole year round. Misan got, what did he get? He got like knighted or something through Nigeria.
Yeah, like the king gave him something because he's Nigerian or something.
I don't know. But we're not going to get into that. And then disclaimer to anyone who is here for the first time. The reason why we go after this guy is because he started it, okay? All we did was have our dad, who is a photo digital specialist, come on the show one day. My dad does not, he barely knows who Meghan Markle is. Trust me.
Yeah.
But he came on the show and he looked at a picture that Misan had taken and he was just scrutinizing it like normal people do. Well, Misan's used to his work getting scrutinized, but for some reason, when our dad, Kirk Sidley, does it, he blows his frickin' top. So he went after my dad on Twitter. He was going to ruin my dad's career.
Decimate.
Yeah. Good luck, dude. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? You started.
Yeah.
It.
And
don't start none, won't be none.
Exactly. But then we found out all this info on him. If you haven't seen it, I'll put all the links of the videos we've done on Misan in the past. He was Boris Becker's business partner. Watch that video.
Comes from a lot of money.
He is also known in the social scene of London. He got written up in 2013 along with his other rich Nigerian friends for like just being playboys around London. But then all of a sudden, we don't know what happened between like 2014 and Meghan.
Yeah.
It was really weird. Then he got the Vogue cover when E. Enniful, who is Meghan's friend, was the editor. He's no longer the editor there. But all this weird like transformation of Misan went down and he got scrubbed from the internet. Now he's a family man and a photographer and a social rights justice warrior. And he will let you know. Now, recently he got off Twitter X because he can't stand what Elon has done to the place, which is fine. Dude, you didn't have to like tell us. We don't really care. And he has put all his focus onto Instagram. Now, this guy is constantly on Instagram, and I'm constantly having to check his page, which sucks for me, okay? Because half of this stuff is like, oh my God, dude, just freaking stop. You're killing me.
Please, God.
Please, God. Oh my God. If this would be the seventh circle of hell, if I had to describe it, is like Misan just talking to me constantly about stuff, in my opinion, Nancy Sidley's opinion, only mine, that he knows nothing about. Because he was born rich, he is rich, and he sort of gets by in life by complaining.
You got those ties to the Soho house, It's like you're not much of a family man. That's for sure.
I don't know about the Soho house.
Soho clubs for chumps, anyways, nowadays.
So today, Misan put up a video. Now I'm going to play it first. Stephanie has not seen this, and then we'll talk about the event that he was at.
Hey, I've had so many DMs from lovely people after my stories. I wrote some text on my stories yesterday, just saying I went to see a lovely film, really well organized premiere last week. And, I did the whole red carpet, photos were taken, and then I ran into some friends, chatted with them. Then I went to get my seat. And as I was looking for my seat, I was by myself. I had two ladies, older white ladies, who already sat. And they said, "Hey, are you the usher?" In that tone as well. The hey was even like, "Come here." I was like, oof. Anyway, I was like, kidding, and I was like, "Not today." And I moved on. But there's so many things that were wrong with the whole, it's so reductive to look to a stranger. This is a smart event. I was dressed up, and to leave my house to go to this event and immediately before even watching the film have someone reduce me to their presumption as what I could possibly be is just the cumulative effect of that over a lifetime is lethal. Also the ease in how they engaged with me in that manner. They didn't second guess themselves at all. It was just like, hey. You know? So, I'm making this video to say that words matter, and how we engage with words really matters. But I would be lying to you if I said that my whole life, and I guarantee you, many black and brown men and women will say the same thing, I have presumed to be staff, whether it's a bodyguard, security, a waiter, an usher, by people who never think twice and just, I've had people do this to me. Sorry, I'm right-handed. So, let's be careful how we engage with people, especially if we don't know them. And let's not presume their vocation, because it hurts. Thank you.
Okay, there's so many things wrong with these. And again, if you're just joining us, no, we are not two girls that are picking on this poor man who experienced a moment of racism. He does this all the time. He talks about things that happened that really, in my opinion, now we are about to get allegedly here. I'm going to have to call BS on this story.
Yeah, it's like the train story, man.
Oh, the train where he was in the first class.
It just ooh.
Now, recently, Misan has changed up his Instagram page. Now, anybody with an Instagram page knows that you can like pin a picture and keep it there as like your profile picture and keep it there forever. Recently, he put up a picture of Meghan Markle.
Oh, no.
So it can be there every time somebody clicks on his page.
Oh.
So much for him trying to distance himself, being called Meghan's snapper pal. He's still in the thick of it with her. Okay, something weird is going on. 3 days ago at the Odeon Theatre in London, there was the premiere of the film Lee that stars the beautiful, wonderful Kate Winslet. I will watch anything with Kate Winslet.
Love her.
I think she is fantastic. Little backstory on this film. It is about an American photographer. So a lot of people in the art world were at the premiere.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of photographers were at the premiere, okay? There is the lovely Kate Winslet, and there is Misan, okay? He's wearing street clothes, which is very normal. My boyfriend was on the TIFF red carpet the other day, and I made him wear jeans and a nice suit jacket because, you don't have to dress up for these premieres. You just go.
Well, you have to look presentable.
And I think he does look presentable. I don't see any problem with this look, okay? Yes. There is E, Eniful, which makes sense because E is involved with Vogue. There's another shot of E, and there's another shot of E. And here's another shot of the red carpet, other people showing up. And there's Misan with a friend, I'm assuming backstage. I've never been to that theater. Let's get to ushers.
Ushers.
Okay. Now, Stephanie, you've seen shows at the West End before,
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, I saw Wicked.
Yes.
The West
yes.
End.
And you for your 40th time.
Probably.
I can only assume that British ushers are far more dressed up than American ushers. Like when I go to the theater or when I've gone to movie premieres when I lived in LA, ushers were in a black suit, white top, a name tag. There was always a name tag.
Yeah.
You always saw a name tag of the theater and like a tie or whatever. That's usually how they are. I looked on the Odeon Theater's website about hiring practices, and they liked to hire young people as ushers.
Yeah.
What do you think of, Stephanie, when you
Yeah,
think of ushers?
I think I see. They grab your ticket and they're
Flashlight?
wearing flashlights. Yeah, have name tags. Some don't. I mean, I don't know. I would ask the person. The person would usually come up to me though. The usher came up to me at the West End.
Exactly.
I was at the Roundhouse.
Yes.
I saw Adele at the Roundhouse with Burt Bacharach.
Yes.
And they came to me.
What happens is when you usually go to these premieres, we all remember this from the Jamaica premiere, the One Love, is
Right.
the usher brings you down and they seat you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably just selling us a bunch of snake oil.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Miss Ann, I'm gonna have to call BS on your story, and I hate even having to do a twin talk on it, but I do feel a certain revenge for my dad. I need to avenge my dad constantly,
Revenge.
but I don't think this happened.
Yeah.
Do you think this happened?
It happened on Real Housewives, New York. Dorinda actually waved down a guy because he was in a white shirt and black pants, and he happened to be African American. And she said, "Oh, are you the coat check?"
Excuse me. Hi there. Can you come here for a sec? Can you take my pants and jacket?
Oh, I don't work.
Oh, you work? I thought you worked here. God, that's a big mistake.
No, that's
I thought
fine.
you looked like you were working over here. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a horrible mistake. Yeah, I thought you looked like you were looking like you worked here. It was the shirt. It was the shirt. Oh my God.
She asked, though. It's not like she went, "Here, boy, take my coat."
Yes.
You know. And she felt so awful about it. And then she tells a story. She goes, "God, I did that on the subway once."
I did that to a poor guy in a wheelchair at a bus stop, too. I walked by, I was like, "Oh, look at that guy." And I put like $5 in his cup. He said, "Well, thank you for the $5 because now I have to re-get my Starbucks because I'm a lawyer waiting to get on the bus to get to Midtown to go back to my office."
I do that to white progressives.
I
in
do that to
Portland
white people
all the time.
Yeah, so it's like I
all
don't.
the time.
I
assume they're homeless.
I think he definitely is playing the victim card. I think that happens with white people and black people. I don't know where this.
I don't
this
think it happened at
racism's
all.
Coming.
I don't think it happened.
that's your
Because if those
opinion.
women were already seated in their seats, if they, like he said they were, if he's telling the truth on that, if they were already sitting down, they would have already had an usher sit them, and they would have seen the attire that the usher is wearing.
So,
all ushers dress the same. They
Well-
don't get like, they don't, Stephanie, I'm sorry, but this is London and it's a film premiere.
No, you're
and
right.
you've been to film premieres and they all have name
I
tags
would've
and they're
loved-
all dressed the same.
yeah, and I would have loved to see what the ushers are wearing. But I'm saying sometimes, sometimes because they are part of the crew and backstage, they do wear all black. And
Okay,
he was
well,
wearing all black.
It's interesting you should mention that, Stephanie.
Okay.
I went to the Odeon Theater website.
Of course you did.
And that is primarily what the ushers wear. Okay. Again, they are predominantly younger because this is kind of like a high school job.
Okay, but it is all black. And he was wearing all black.
Stephanie, do you see them wearing name tags and blue down
Absolutely.
the
I'm
Okay.
just saying, San sort of has this pattern towards elderly people. He doesn't respect them. He almost pushed an elderly person out of the way when he was walking out of that shop. I mean, we've just seen this. The way he treated our dad, who
Yeah.
is I don't say dad's elderly.
And he had to mention his age, and he just mentioned these women.
That's
like
what I'm
they're
saying.
older.
It's like they're older. It's like he just doesn't respect the elderly.
Okay. Now I get it. It's a film premiere, so it's probably going to be a little snazzier. So I looked up and down for you guys to find some sort of other premiere that they showed pictures of the inside. It's really hard to find pictures of the inside once they're in the premiere. This was a film premiere, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, but those are those twins from House of the Dragon. Stephanie doesn't know who they are, but this was some premiere going on, okay? I want you to look at the guy in the far back, the very, very far back.
Oh, he's wearing a tie.
That's an usher. He's wearing a tie. He's wearing a name tag. And that looks like and the guy behind him looks like he's walking out another usher.
right.
Now, I got to be honest with you. That looks like two ushers to me. I don't think for a New York minute that these women who were already seated in their seats, this took Misan for an usher. I'm sorry, but that's my own personal opinion. Come up with your own.
Miss Sand seems to me like if these train stories were true or this usher story was true, he seems like the dude who's going to take out his phone and record it.
Exactly.
Because he's done that so many times before where he records things.
I know.
And then he puts it up on his Instagram. So it's like, why not just record that and go, "Excuse me, ma'am, what did you just ask?"
Or just hold up your phone and continue the conversation with the women,
Right.
just to at least get them on film.
That's the thing. It's a credibility issue. It's like, we just don't believe you.
Yeah. So, Misan, how dare you tarnish Kate's event? The beautiful Kate Winslet, who I love. And I look forward to seeing this movie.
And he's like been in the photo industry for 6 years, and now he's like going to a photography film event.
Well, him
it's
and
like,
E are
come on.
friends.
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I'm
It's
surprised
just-
he didn't sit with E.
he probably sat by himself. He probably asked an usher where he sat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, where do I sit?
Yeah, that's just not heard of. You never sit down without an usher's help at film premieres.
But he's
You just
also
don't.
do you notice that he's also this is what gets my goat. He draws attention to these kind of things, like being an usher is beneath people. Like, do you notice that he's saying it in like such a? It's like it drives me nuts. It's like when people call someone who is not homosexual gay, and they go, "You're just being gay."
It's like
that it's no, it's you
That's what I'm
should
saying,
care.
like,
it's making
no.
people who are gay seem beneath other people.
That's what I meant. If someone thought I was gay, I wouldn't even correct them. I'd be like,
no, but it's saying it as an insult.
Yes.
Misan has this way about him where he's now making ushers seem like they're less than.
Listen, Misan
That's
has
such a mean thing to do.
He's got classic rich boy mentality.
Absolutely.
And he's got to push this narrative that the UK is racist for Meghan and Harry, because Harry is not going to give up this lawsuit or whatever the hell he's doing with Ray Vac.
Yeah.
And he's got to paint the picture to the world that racism is alive and well. Only, unfortunately, this happens to him. He's got the worst luck, though, with older white women.
It's all older white women. It's all the elderly. It's all people that he can manipulate and abuse. It's like, oh, I'm going to take someone who's beneath. It's just, he has this entitlement about him. But I really don't like that. I don't like taking people's jobs and downplaying them and going, oh, I'm not an usher. You think I'm an usher? Why would I be an usher?
Yeah,
He's making the job sound like crap.
I've been mistaken.
I think it's fun.
I think I've been mistaken for things where like people have asked me directions or something like that. You know what I do? I stop what I'm doing and I help out if I can. It's called being a human. It's called humanity.
I'll tell you a story real quick. I was backstage in New York City at a Dionne Warwick event. I was just hanging out, okay? This is when she was doing Celebrity Apprentice. Mark McGrath and Star Jones came to the show. And they wanted to come backstage and see Dionne after the show and say, great job. They saw me just kind of lingering there. And they said, hi, excuse me, can you bring us backstage so we can go up? Because you had to take an elevator up. So we could go say hi to Dionne. I didn't take offense to that. Even though I wasn't in charge, I'm not Dionne's assistant, I'm her friend, but I didn't go, oh, you guys, Star Jones and Mark McGrath came up to me and thought I was part of the crew. It's like this demeaning thing that Misan does to people.
Yeah.
It's gross and slimy.
Good point.
So that's a true story.
That's a really good
That's
point.
an actual story.
Yeah, that isn't it. You're not lying.
I'm not lying about that one.
Yeah,
and I brought him up the elevator and we all had a very pleasant time.
Yeah. Sometimes people make a mistake or sometimes they just have a question.
It's not a big
and
deal.
Just help them.
Help them
do you
out.
have a question about
Do you
something?
need help?
I've been to this theater before. You having a problem? Like, yeah, what's up? He's saying it was the tone. But again, dude,
God.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe
I don't
you.
believe the tone. Well, you know what? We all know Star Jones's background and how kind of nasty she can be. You know, I didn't care about the tone. Okay.
Yeah.
I just cared about helping other people backstage.
Just-
That was it.
He just doesn't have like that humanist aspect to him. You know, it's all like for himself or how can I help me or Meghan Markle?
Yeah. He's definitely getting markled.
Yes.
Yeah. After the dad
Someone needs to tell him because he hasn't figured it out yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, guys, as we mentioned all weekend long, we are featuring Layla's Heart Ranch and Rescue. It's Katie's 40th birthday tomorrow, so we want to give them some extra love. Please go take a look at their link in the description below. They are saving lives, especially now that because of the line fire in California right now, having to euthanize all the dogs that are on the have been there for a while because they don't have any room.
Yeah.
So people like Layla's Heart Ranch and Rescue, people like all the places we have featured on the show before are pulling these dogs out of California. Guess what? It costs money for transportation.
Yeah, we need
so,
to help out.
So let's give them some money.
Just share.
And help those dogs.
You don't have to
in
give
California.
money. You can share it.
And if you live in California, think about adopting a dog, please. We would do it. You can't legally adopt a dog if you don't live in the state. So you have to hope that one of these rescues, like the Asher House,
They bring in California
they
dogs,
bring in all dogs from like who we have now. We have Brody. Okay, guys, have a great day. We will see you tomorrow during our live.
Sunday live.
Sunday Funday.
12 o'clock on the West Coast, 3 o'clock on the East Coast, and then 8 o'clock in the UK GMT.
Greenwich means.
When does that change?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You guys will let us know.
You guys will let us know.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we love you. We'll see you
Bye.
soon.